Hey guys, Mr. Goku here. I just wanted to do a little guide to kind of share something that I've stumbled across that I actually haven't seen any other videos on and or any guides on, and I thought maybe this might benefit some people. Um, so I've been training at the Wilderness Altar, and uh, I've been somehow getting upwards of 1.3 million XP per hour. Um, Now, this is insane. The most I've seen is 900K, like on Theoatrix guides. Anyways, I recommend being very high level defense to do this. I'm 99, so I don't recommend doing this a low level because you do kind of have to risk quite a few superior bones. You have to bring it. I found you have to bring at least 100. I bring 200, but you have to bring at least 100 bones with you for this for to get the 1.3 million XP per hour. Um, Otherwise, your trips going back and forth going back to the bank to the altar really slow down the XP rates. Um, so gear that you would need for this that I've been using, you might find something better, but this is just personally what I found to be pretty effective. Uh, a Din's Bulwark, black d'hide body, black d'hide chaps, guardian boots, and a mage cape. Um, Now I like to have a surplus of mage capes just in case I get PK'd. I've only been PK'd once, and I've been here since 74 prayer, and I'm 90 now. I'm almost 91. So I've been PK'd once, and that was because I messed up. I've had people try to PK me, but I always get away. Because I'm so tanky, I take on three PKers, four PKers at the same time, and sometimes they get close to killing me, but for the most part, I've been pretty good at getting away. Their TBs splash most of the time, so their barrage attacks, it's it's pretty decent. But there's still some risk, obviously. Um, so this is how I like to set up my inventory, just because it's a lot easier. I find to when I'm clicking on the bones and onto the altar, it's instead of going like all the way on this side. I'd like to keep everything on the side. Okay, so first things first, your bones. You got to set this up. You have to have rune light, I believe. I'm not sure if this works on OS Buddy. I don't know if they have a setting on OS Buddy that would allow you to do this, but you go to the configuration bar right here, and you find menu entry swapper. You click under settings, make sure this is checked, customizable shift click, and make sure that is enabled, the plugin's actually enabled. Okay, and then you right click on your backpack here, you click configure shift click. You right click on here, and then you select which option you would like to choose when you're shift clicking. You can click bury, and when you shift click, it'll bury it automatically, like so. That was a shift click. So you can save it. You go configure again, but I'm going to choose the use option. So when I shift click, I just hold down the shift button and I left click, and it automatically enables the use option, which is amazing because you can just continuously do that and use your bones on the altar one after another really fast, and it saves a lot of time from having to right click and go down to use, because mistakes can be made, and this speeds everything up. So I'm going to get going. I'm going to go there. What I like to do is I like to be on the lunar spellbook. I teleport to the cemetery. You always want to make sure you have a stamina potion because you'll end up running out of stamina. I bring the 3 runes. I bring whatever, 20k. Now, this is important. You want to make sure that you have 2 brews and 6 dark crabs. You can bring more if you want, but I found that this is more than enough to get away to level 30 wildy, get to safety. Um, I'll bring 200 bones just to show you guys. Like, I might get PK'd. It would really suck if I got PK'd, but I've been pretty lucky so far. Let's get this going. Go to the cemetery. Now I like to set up my prayers like this as well. Rune Light, you can right click, unlock reordering, and you can just move them around to fit your needs wherever you like, wherever it's convenient for you to be able to click. You're always going to want to, I pray mage and miss and augury immediately while I'm here. Um, because the PKers normally hit you with barrage at first. Now you want to make your screen really small. Mine is Mine is not full screen. It's very small, kind of like the old school RuneScape client on uh like back in the day when it was just the small little tiny screen. That's kind of like what I have it right now. I zoom in like this. I like to stand over here and I zoom in. I make it cut my inventory where it's like this, and now you just shift click like this. Oh, unpause, reset that. Now, obviously, a lot of people can do this way quicker than I can, and if you can, that's awesome, and your XP rates will be even higher. Now, there's a Wildy Altar, for those of you that don't know. It saves you 50% of your bones, and I found this to be like to a T, like accurate as all hell, so that's amazing. You know, we're getting 525 XP per bone. Every time you hear one of those clicks, or one of those dings, that's a bone being used. Now, even if the bone gets saved, you still get the XP, so that's really great. And it's so much faster than just sitting there and letting your character use them. It's a lot safer too, because you can get out of here. Make sure to like recharge your prayer every now and then, because your prayer is really going to help save your ass if you get PK'd and you need to get out of here. Now you just go over this Chaos Druid unnotes your bones for you, 50 GP per bone. Pretty useful. Now, a lot of people like to just do one full inventory and suicide. I'm telling you right now, I did this method doing one full inventory and suiciding, and I was getting like 750k XP an hour. Now, the XP rate went up exponentially. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. Oh, you got to do this for a full hour to actually get the XP rate. I'm telling you right now, I did this for about half an hour and it didn't change from 1.3 mil. So, and I did multiple runs. So that's why I decided to make the guide, you know. So sure, I didn't do it for a full hour, but half an hour, it remained at 1.3 mil the entire time. It didn't move. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's a solid 1.3 mil prayer XP per hour. Now you guys can do it yourself and call me a liar or whatever, but I think it's a pretty solid 1.3 mil. And that's insane. Like you can pretty much get 99 prayer down in one sitting if you stayed here and you know you got lucky with PKers. Now we'll probably end up seeing a PKer, but odds are we'll end up getting away. Oh man, I hate it when people end up coming here and sit. I don't know. That was my spot, man. So yeah, this is basically it, guys. Nothing to it, really. Now, if you're also really good and you have really good eyes and like you're moving your eyes around a lot while you're doing this, like to your mini map, if you see some white dots, you can obviously log out. I don't even bother, to be honest. Like, I guess I could, but it might save some time. But I'm gonna say like 90% of the PKers that come through here, they see me and they switch worlds. They don't even try and attack me. The only people I've had trying to attack me are people in like groups of like 3 to 6. And I think the biggest group that I tanked was a four-man team, and all I did when they come is I just run out this door because as soon as you go south a little bit, it becomes single way combat, so only one of the people of the group can keep attacking you. Like, see this guy? Wow, he's attacking me. I'm just gonna stay here. I'm not even gonna bother going because he's not gonna be able to kill me. He's probably just gonna leave. Oh, well, here we go. Here we go. We got a team. You gotta make sure your prayers are nice and on point so you can get away. Let's see. We should be okay here. Oh shit. Oh, froze me. Might actually get PK'd here. Uh-oh. See guys, and just like that, gone. See? That was perfect. That was perfect. I'm glad I was able to show you guys that because that couldn't have turned out better. That is essentially, see, like the XP rates are going down. We're gonna try and get back there as fast as we can to try and make those XP rates go back up. But yeah, see, that was close. That's why I said it's very important that you take that amount of food with you. Like obviously you could take more if you're not really like that good with your prayer switches. Like I'm not the greatest, but I think I was doing good enough. Satisfactory anyways. Let's go to my house real quick. Now I don't usually switch worlds when I get PK'd because I find that the PKers tend to do that on their own. They tend to switch worlds. So I stay because, you know, the odds of them coming back to that exact same world within a short time frame, I find those chances are very low. They'll end up switching because they thought I switched. So, or they, you know, they'll obviously just think I'm gone, right? So, no point. And I guess, yeah, you can bring just enough runes for that cemetery teleport so you have an extra 3 spaces, but I don't even bother, really. Oops. See, that was great. That's why you want to be high level, because you can easily get knocked out by those teams. See, I was risking about 1.4 mil there altogether with the bones. 91 prayer, nice. Now, obviously, this is very click intensive. Can't really do very much else while you're doing this. You know, you can kind of have like maybe a movie playing. I got a movie playing on to my right, and I don't really glance at it. It's just kind of there for noise. But I more or less listen to the sounds of people attacking me so that I can switch prayers when I need to, because I know which prayers to switch to based on the sounds of their attacks. So that's also useful, you know, to use that to your advantage. Because like I said earlier, Your prayer switching while you're getting PK'd is gonna help out your food and brew situation, which will actually give you a higher chance of getting away. Now, obviously, it looks like us getting PK'd there kind of really slowed our XP rates down. But like I said, I did this for half an hour and I got really lucky with not getting PK'd whatsoever. No interruptions, which isn't really that rare, guys. Like I've been doing this since 74 prayer and I've had maybe 10 PK attempts. And a lot of those attempts were like some guy trying to take me on his own, and like I'm not even running because I know he's not going to be able to kill me. I just sit here and I keep using my bones, and like he basically can't hit me. I'm telling him, oh, good luck, and he ends up just leaving. So I don't even count those. I only count the ones where I've actually had to like run away. No, I don't know if that's just because I was getting lucky. It could be, but I think people tend to see like, oh, he's got the bulwark on and D'hide and the guardian boots. See, this guy's not gonna. Maybe he's just bringing that for protection, but see, this guy's not even gonna try. See, it keeps going back up. It's back up to 1 mil now. See, like I said, it's got to be like that's like I guess more realistically, it could just be around 1 mil. Now, I find Theoatric's guide of 900k an hour. He says like 700 to 900k XP an hour. And he's not even doing what I'm doing. So I feel like he'd really have to, he's like right clicking. Like I don't understand how you can even get close to what I'm getting right now without actually setting everything up the way I have it set up. I really don't, I really don't see it being plausible or even possible. So, I like Theoatric's guides. I think he's great, but I've also always found that people were always that they're most people are very unrealistic with their XP rates per hour, because look at how I'm doing it, and like I'm just getting over what he was claiming to have been possible. Like he must be like insane at right clicking and using the use option, doing this one tick, uh, prayer, using the whatever it's called, on the altar. So let's see if we can keep that XP rate high going back now, filling up our inventory again. Okay, I'm gonna pause that. Damn. Oh, it's a good thing. It's a good thing we have that pause option because I forgot to bring a newly charged glory. Wow, I feel like such a noob. no. Great. There's a. Uh, I think we're closer to run just to we're closer just to run Edgeville, really, than go to Arceuus or however the fuck you say that. Sorry about that. Yeah, I know I realize there's a lot of pointless shit in this guide. I just kind of wanted to show you guys everything. No, I don't really know how to edit videos. This is my first time doing anything like this. So actually, if somebody could leave like maybe a link to like some sort of video editing software, that'd be nice. So I can maybe cut useless crap out. That might just end up pissing people off, right? Um, okay. Goddamn. Hey, get away from my chair right now. Get away from my chair. Oh shit. Okay. Should have unpaused that at the bank. My bad. Now you can close that door if you want. I noticed a lot of people do it. I'm not actually sure why. Um, I haven't really found it make any of a difference whatsoever. Now I don't move my screen at all. I should have mentioned that earlier. I zoom out so that so I don't have to mess around with it every time I come back here. Except I was standing right here. Now, obviously I'm not doing this perfectly, but I think you guys get the general idea. And you can tweak it to what suits you the best and what you feel, just whatever works for you. So I guess maybe I should have said, you can get up to 1.3 mil XP per hour, and that would be dependent on whether um, you didn't run into PKers or any mistakes like forgetting your glory, charge glory, right? Now, you don't have to use a glory. I just like using a glory because it brings me to Edgeville, which is like to the closest bank that I know of. I was using a royal seed pod because it's just one click, but it also takes up an inventory space and the glory doesn't. Um, oh, does get tiring after a while. Now I have a feeling after posting this that if people start doing this, there's probably going to be a lot more PKers out here. Um, so yeah, I probably ended up just ruining it for myself and for future people possibly, but you know, whatever. People can take their own chances, and you know, if you're a really good PKer, maybe you could bring gear to fight them off or whatever. Like I said, I mean, there needs to be a pretty big team for them to actually be able to kill you and like, you know, a clan, but I feel like most of those guys go to like the big clans, like they go to like revs and stuff, and you know, just a couple buddies get together to come PK here. You know, for the guy like me that carries a bunch of superiors on him. See, 1.1 mil, we're back up to 1.1 mil XP per hour here. Now, I do believe that if you just kept going and you don't run into any issues. See, look, it's basically at 1.2 mil per hour. It was just there. I'm not even gonna do that. So it's basically back at 1.2. So I mean, by the time you do another run, it'll guaranteed be at 1.3 million XP per hour. I'll go again just for shits. Oops. I only bring 192 because I had 4 extra that time. Oh shit. I didn't bring a stamina potion. Fuck. If we get PK'd, we're fucked. I gotta pause that again. See if you don't make mistakes like me, right? Oh, pause that. Turn the heat off. All the way off. Looks like 1.1 mil. I'm surprised. Probably because I had to run back. This run isn't as good as my last one, I can tell you that, because for 30 minutes at least I had 1.3 mil XP, but this is still good, I guess. Oh my fucking god. Alright. Well, I'm stopping it right there. 1.1 mil, I'm gonna say probably closer to 1.2 mil XP per hour. I think that pretty much concludes the guide. That was a lot of clicking. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm probably just gonna get 92 prayer and be done with prayer for today. We got 99 another day. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. See ya.